Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I did a look with the new Morphe pressed pigments. I ordered 3 of them. I got Hollywood Vixen, which is the shade that I used today. And then I also got a blue one. This one right here. This is Make a Statement. And I had another one, but it completely shattered, as you can see in the case. I don't know if you can really tell, it's totally thrashed. I can't even open it without making a mess. But this one's called Celebrity Affair. It is so pretty. I can't wait to use it. I called them and they should be sending me a new one. These were only, I think, $6. They're amazing. The only thing is, I mean, everything with Morphe, they're super cheap in prices and their pigments. The pigment on all of these colors are amazing. And the only thing is that counteracts with the price, so packaging isn't that great. But that's okay, because I'd rather pay what I'm paying with Morphe instead of like MAC, and it's great packaging, so it doesn't really matter that much. So I still love it and I will always buy from them. So that's what I did today. I used the I already forgot the name of it, the Hollywood Vixen on my lid with some other Morphe shadows in my crease. And then for a little pop of color, I did Make a Statement. If you can see, I did it on my lower lash line right here, just for that extra pop of color. So I didn't feel like I wanted to do all brown shades, if you know what I mean. So, and then I just paired it with a nude lip from NYX. And I think that's about it. So, just keep watching. And I hope you learned some tips and tricks. Share, subscribe, and like. I can't thank you much for everyone that has already subscribed and liked my videos. So, I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Hello everyone. So I have actually already primed my eyes. I do the same thing. I just use a concealer and then I take a mattifying color, put it all over the lids. I'm going in with a soft brown color, just from Morphe. You can use one from MAC, the drugstore, if there's one you like. There's really no rule to anything that you do. So I just put that in the crease. I do a very light color and then I add another light one, but it's a little bit darker to give it some depth. Then I'm going to go in with the NYX, the eyeshadow base. Now, in my previous video, I did say I was unsure on how I felt about this. I really do love it. You just have to use it with your shimmers or your glitters already. You can't use it with anything matte. I mean, you can, but with a matte shadow, it just doesn't look the greatest. It looks kind of like sparse little glitters everywhere. But now I'm going to use a flat definer brush. This is from Morphe. It's my favorite to use when I'm using any sparkle or shimmers. I'm going to pack that over the lid, and I do use my finger a little bit just to see if I can get a little bit more pigment. You can even wet your brush with a setting spray. I use the Urban Decay All Nighter. You can use MAC Fix Plus, you can use eye drops, you can use anything from the drugstore. It all works great. Then I decided that I wanted to make it a little bit darker, so I went in with a chocolate brown, and I used a smaller blending brush, but it still will put it right where you want it. It's not going to flare off everywhere. So I want to make sure I pat that on my outer eye area just so I can get that darkest there, and then bring it in and fluff it out. Buff it out, not fluff it out, with a large fluffy brush, just so we don't have any harsh lines toward the center of the eye. And then I even go in with a little bit more of a warmer color, as you can see me doing here, and then blending that in. It is a little bit smaller of a brush. I have learned that using the correct brushes just makes your eyeshadow life so much easier. It's crazy how much less effort I put into it. When you use a stiffer brush but you're using it for a transition shade, it's still going to make you have a harsh line. So you want to always start off with a fluffy brush, a light color, and then as you build up the color, maybe make your brushes go smaller because you want to impact that color a lot more than the lighter shade, if that makes any sense. So I already did my eyeliner. The footage didn't work out very well with that part. So then I already have mascara on also. The glue on my lashes are already setting. I like to do that while I'm doing my primer. I'm using the Smashbox primer. It's really good. Make sure to press it into your skin as well as this Lumi foundation primer that I am using. It gives your skin such a glow. If I'm not wearing any foundation that day, sometimes I'll just pop that on and leave and my skin looks great. Now these are the lashes Kiss, and I think they are called Posy Lashes. I just bought them and they are so beautiful. Oh no, they're not called Posy, they're called Peony. Peony. And they're so cool because it has them, they're more flared. So as you can see on the side, there's some on the lower and some that come up curled more. So there's more 3D dimension within the lashes other than just them being so perfect. Because what lashes are perfect? None. So now I'm going to go in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect. It is a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This stuff is amazing. I always bring it down to my neck. And I blend it out with a Morphe M439. I used to use the Sigma F80 Kabuki. I just never rebought one. I bought this one instead because it's cheaper and it works great. Then I'm going to go in with my NARS Creamy Concealer. This stuff is very light for me, I noticed. So I didn't have anything else, so it's a little bit whiter today than normal. But I really like this stuff. It can be a little cakey on me sometimes. I do like the Naked one a little bit more, but this one I will still use. So I just blend that out with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And then once I get the first round blended out, I will go back with another side that is still pretty damp. And make sure to go around the face again. Make sure everything's well blended, hydrated, and there's no lines, especially under the eyes. This trick, I swear, it makes you look so much younger. It doesn't define your wrinkles or anything. It is so great, especially if you have more matured skin. So, and you can actually get these, like this one I got at Walmart. You can get it at Target, Ulta. This is kind of a spin-off of the Beauty Blender, which is a little bit more pricier. I think it's about $20 for the sponge at Sephora. I've never actually tried one. I just fell in love with the Real Techniques one. So I do recommend this. You want to wash it. I like to wash mine every week just because so much bacteria can get caught up in that damp sponge. So now I'm going to set it with my RCMA translucent powder. This stuff is very nice. It's so lightweight, especially because I'm super dry skinned. It is a no color powder. This is super affordable. Super, super affordable. I expected it to be very expensive for how much you actually get in this bottle. And it's very lightweight. So this is something I definitely love. It says no color powder. There's no pigment, no perfumes, no fillers. It will never alter your foundation shade or natural skin tone. And it also says it will set your makeup with a flawless finish that won't cause flashback. There's only 2 ingredients in this. It's talc and silica, which is great because a lot of these products are filled with so many different things that you don't necessarily want to stick on your face. So now I'm going to be going in and contouring. Instead of just bronzing today, I took a smaller precision brush. I'm just going to stick that in the hollows of the cheeks and blend it upward a little bit. I wanted more of a structured makeup day today, or else I would have taken a large fluffy brush. So with this, you want to make sure you blend it up a lot, or else you're just going to have a straight line. And I didn't want to contour my forehead, so I took a fluffier brush just to tan up my skin on my forehead so it wasn't so stark white. I do like to put this in my hairline, as well as using that technique with my foundation as well, because you don't want to look like you're wearing a mask and you don't have any tan skin or whatever it is that you want on your scalp area, because people do tend to see that. So I'm going to bring that also down to my chin and my neck. I can tend to forget about this step because I've noticed if I just do all this contouring and I did my foundation, that there's no structure to your jawline. You can't see anything because it's all one color. So other than the natural contour shade from the shade or the sun, you're not going to see anything. It kind of gets lost. So I like to add that contour on my neck. And that's the same reason why I like to do it on my nose, because my nose tends to get lost. You can't really see it that much except for the tip of my nose. And the bottom lip to make it look a lot more plump. Then I'm going to go in with my Becca Cosmetics highlighter. This is probably one of my favorite highlighters, except it broke on a trip and it was so upset. So I'm just going to pop that on my cheek. It's much more of a natural skin highlight. I mean, I do absolutely love the champagne popper. That one has a little bit more gold, which doesn't really go with my makeup today. So I'm going to be using Opal. Then I'm also going to spray my brush once I'm completely done highlighting with my setting powder and put it right on top of that highlight. That is going to make that highlight pop so much more, and it's going to look so much more natural. It's just going to seep right into your pores almost, and it just looks absolutely flawless. I can't get enough of it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Highlight in one hand and setting powder in the other. So after this, I am going to do my bottom lash. I almost forgot what came up next. This is the Morphe Pressed Pigment, the shade Make a Statement. I did want to film a tutorial with this shadow on my lid, and it just didn't go out how I had planned, but I still wanted to incorporate this, so I put it on the bottom lash line. Now, with this, I didn't put any base or a setting powder, and you can tell that it didn't pop as much. So if you want it to pop much more, just make sure to use a base or a setting spray, and it's going to help you so much. It's incredible. But I wanted to make it look a little bit more subtle, plus I'm not sure how that would look on the bottom lash line. But if you like it, I say you do you. Now I'm going to go in and do my favorite part ever that makes the entire look, other than lashes, are my brows. I'm going to fill those in. I always start from the tail and work myself in. And I don't really pick much more it's not even powder. It's like the gel. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. Just so I don't have, boom, it's all one color of a brow. I like to make it look much more natural and you can actually see hair strokes. So that's why I start at the end, because I want it to look darker, and then kind of ombre it in is a perfect description. And then I'm just going to go with my natural hairs in the front and just pull them up. Then I have a little bit of confusion. I'm going to just use a MAC shadow on my brow bone to highlight it so there's a little bit more pop. And this is Blanc Type. I don't know if they still have this. I've had this for years. It's almost gone. It's a perfect nude. There's no shimmer or anything. So once you do that, make sure to go in with a blending brush and blend that together so there's no harsh lines from your brow highlight. Then I'm going to go in with the ending. I'm going to use my NYX Liquid Lip Suede. This is in the shade Sandstorm. This is seriously such an affordable brand. I would highly recommend going to get some. I think they have a variety of colors from super pigment of red, blue. I think they even have an orange, black, and they have purples and reds, and they're beautiful. I highly suggest going to go get them if you want. And that is it. So please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!